Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here. Now, what happened when you combine Sideshow Collectibles and Martin Canale? Well, magic. That's what happens, because Martin Canale, it's an exceptional artist. And of course, when you think about him, you have to think about Sideshow Collectibles. Without Martin Canale, Sideshow Collectibles would not be the company it is today. He was the creator of some of the most amazing pieces back in the day, some of the OG pieces that we call it now. He was involved in the process. And not only that, he has been a mentor to so many artists that now are working for Sideshow Collectibles. So yeah, he carries a lot of weight. His name carries a lot of weight. So recently there was a Taskmaster that was announced, produced and sculpted by him, that now went on pre-order. So in this video I want to break down the information about this piece, the good and the bad, what I like and what I don't like, and ultimately let you know if I think you need to add this to your collection or not. So in the next couple of minutes, stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm here at the Sideshow's website, and I will have the link in the description for those who are interested, so you can come and take a look. And as you can see, the price for Taskmaster is $5.95. This is exclusive. The edition size is to be disclosed, so they don't have it yet. The estimated arrival, it's between May and July of next year. And we're going to look at the pictures in just a moment. We're going to read the information first. So Sideshow exclusive alternate tactical mass portrait. About this premium format figure, I can counter anything you throw at me. I can mimic and adapt to any move you make. Sideshow presents the Taskmaster premium format figure ready to defeat your universe of Marvel collectibles. The Taskmaster premium format figure measures 21.5 inches tall, which actually is not bad, and 25 inches wide, poised on top of a training facility based as the skilled tactician Tony Masters. Brandishes his sword assertively at his foes. Armed with traditional Avenger fighting arsenal, including the sword, a shield, and a bow and a quiver, Taskmaster stands confident that he has already won the battle before it even begins. The polyresin Taskmaster premium format figure features a mixed media costume with faithful callbacks to his earliest appearance, as well as modernized elements. Taskmaster wears a wire posable fabric, which I'm not a fan of, and I'm going to point out in a moment. Fabric cape and hood with a white texture exterior, red inner lining, and weathering details. The rest of his blue, orange, and white costume is sculpted and includes his bodysuit, belts, gloves, and boots to complete his striking look. Taskmaster's shield and belt buckle are emblazoned with his signature T-shaped logo, and his menacing skull mask portrait gives this master combatant an ominous appearance. The exclusive edition of the Taskmaster premium format figure includes an alternate tactical mask portrait, which swaps this supervillain's traditional skull face for a more modern armor look. Commit this Marvel villain to memory and bring home the Taskmaster premium format figure today. And of course, all the information. The artist is Martin Canale. He is the designer and the sculptor. Adam Smith does the mold and cast. Casey Love is the painter. Esther Skadunas is the custom fabrication. She's the one that did the cape. The Sideshow design and development team does part of of course, they work in the development of this. And Richard Luong is also a designer. And of course, this has fabric and polyresin. You know that is a premium format, and all the information in. So now let's look at the pictures. And this is the exclusive tactical mass portrait. I really like actually this portrait. Now, if you do not go for it and you go for the classic, I don't think you're gonna be wrong with it. But of course, you know, the exclusive is always, if you're the type of person that considers and are concerned about price point and about, you know, keeping the value of your collectible, of course, go for the exclusive. But I don't think it is a must, although it's kind of nice to have that extra hit. Now, Taskmaster, for those who do not know, was introduced on the Avengers 195 in 1980, created by Claremont and George Perez. And he has become very popular over the years as a villain and as an anti-hero. And of course, the upcoming film for Black Widow was supposed to be released a few months back. He is, of course, this character would be the villain. Some people are not really sure if it would be a guy or a female. We don't know, to be honest with you. But I'm guessing that Sideshow was really banking on the fact that the movie would be here and they would release it and showcase it at San Diego Comic-Con. Unfortunately, those plans didn't pan out. But I really love this. Martin Canali has done a fantastic job recreating the classic look, as you can see, with the shield, with the, in this case, the bow, with the sword, with the gun, everything. The look is classic. The base is simple, but it doesn't need to be beyond that. Some people would not be fans, of course, of the Captain Morgan knee, but I don't have a problem with it. This is, of course, the regular face. I like this one, and this is just the, in this case, the modern. I like the classic, but either or, they're fantastic, and the option to swap those hits is always nice. So as you can see right there, the exclusive, love this, the stands, the pose is really well done. The physique is well done. Of course, Martin Canali is a master of his craft, but I'm not a fan of the cape. I just don't like these capes. Not saying that they're bad. It's just, my experience in the past with this type of capes has not been good. And many collectors will say the same thing. Particularly, I would say these capes are fine if you have these pieces super protected in a enclosed environment. In in this case, behind glass. And even behind glass, these pieces, they can damage quickly, and this type of fabric can over time, particularly because I know the one that I think is going to be a little bit of leather or pleather, because it's not real leather, it's the cheap pleather. This thing starts disintegrating after a while and comes apart, and it happens with this is black cape, so now this is white. It's even gonna look worse. So I'm just probably talking based in fear, because as you can see, this is pleather. I don't think it's sculpted. This is part of it, of the cape. That's my fear. My fear is that this is going to start disintegrating over time, and it doesn't really take much. And people say, but I keep my collectibles in check. They are always well protected. I would not be concerned as much as you're protecting this. I'm more concerned about the time it travels. Of course, this comes from China, and sometimes, people think that this comes in a, like, I don't know, in a cooler or something. No, they come in boats, and they come in the middle of the heat. A lot of these things are not well protected. So by the time it arrives to you, it already has some deterioration that you might not see internally. It is there, so eventually you're gonna start seeing things like this coming apart because of that, because of the travel time. And right now, nowadays, things take forever to travel, so I'm just concerned about those couple of things. But beyond that, I really like this, the sculpt. I really like what they were trying to achieve with this. I'm just concerned about certain things. If it was sculpted, I think it would be a much better choice, but it is not there. And it's a premium format, so they sell the, in this case, a mixed media point. They sell that. It's one of those reasons why people buy premium formats. But you can see, love the sword. This is a classic look right there. I really like the classic look. Holding his sword. I always love this. I love this character, to be honest. He is a villain. He has been an anti-hero. He has been part of, of course, he's been the enemy of Hawkeye, also against Daredevil, the Avengers, Captain America, also against Deadpool. He's always been so involved in so many different parts of the Marvel Universe. Look at that. Really like that. Definitely, this is a fantastic sculpt, and I like that. Some of the things, some of the stuff that sometimes Sideshow produces, sometimes the anatomy doesn't look as right, or the pose looks unnatural. This looks natural to me. He is, and of course that speaks volumes of the craft of Martin, that he knows what he's doing. Of course, he's been doing it for so long, so his sculptures are very natural looking. There doesn't seem that he's so exaggerated. It is not exaggerated, it's just natural, and this is a throwback to the introduction of the character, and it looks great. Really look great. There's simplicity in it. If you protect that cape, it's going to look terrific, that's for sure. Regardless, love the shield with the classic T. Love the quiver with all the arrows in it. Another thing, of course, this is the part with being white. This can also stain. So if you're going to own this, you need to have it in a place where it's so well protected from dust, Because of course this color, it's going to, and you know, you would say, well, there's some battle damage in it, you can add to it. People always say that, but it is not battle damage. It's real damage that causes harm to a collectible. So no, you know, it's not good to have this with stains and, you know, with catching dust all around. No, it's not. Look at that. I really like that. Man, great piece. And they have different angles. Love the classic portrait. That's the way to go. Even the eyes, you can see that. Really well done. Nice. Man. Definitely, I would say my only complaint would be that. Beyond that, the sculpt is just terrific. The paint job. This Casey Love did a fantastic job as usual with the paint. But also has a lot of shading in it, which looks nice. Make this look like, no, in this case, like leather, real leather. You can see even down in this case, the sheet of the sword, you can see that it looks like real metal. So it does have great shading. Phenomenal job with it. Look at that. Really love that. Nice job. The base, it's okay. It's forgettable again, but in the end, you know, you try to represent the character, so it's no big deal. This is what really matters, is the character, not the base for this. And it doesn't take as much real estate. Yeah, the cape will take some, but the base doesn't, and that's good. It's well positioned in there, and it looks terrific. So yeah, I'm really digging this piece. It's not for, I would say, for everyone. If you're not really a fan, I would say, of the Taskmaster, definitely it's not for you. And now he's paired with Black Widow. Looking great. Yeah, that's pretty good. And in this case, Captain America. I would say that I've always been a fan of this Captain America. But we have to keep in mind that this two, Captain America and Black Widow, they are actually sculpted by Daniel Bell, who happens to be one of Martin Canale's proteges, one of the kids that have learned under that school of Martin Canale. I would say he has a bright future. He has a lot of potential, and a lot of people love this too. And I wouldn't say that I'm too crazy about it, but doesn't mean that I don't see the beauty of his work. And I do believe that in this case, Daniel continues to evolve and progress, and his pieces are becoming more and more interesting as time progresses. I see that evolution of art, and I think all artists go through that process. Even Eric Sosa, some of his first pieces, I would say too crazy about it, but I seen the evolution of his art over time. And in my opinion, Daniel has a lot of potential to be, I would say, even superior to Martin at some point. But of course, you know, Martin Canale really kind of assembles his, you know, the experience of many years, and you can see it in the simplicity of his art. And but make no mistake, these pieces together, they are fantastic. So if you're really collecting, whether you're collecting this new line or you're collecting the classic line, this is classic to me. This is a classic representation of Taskmaster, and definitely one that deserves attention. Well, guys, there you have it. Martin Canale is exceptional. He's an artist that, although many years has passed and many new artists and new faces are in the industry now, he continues to surprise you with his quality, with his craft. And this piece is no exception. It is fantastic. I know that a lot of people are not, I would say, familiar with the character, so they might not go for it. But definitely, this is a great companion piece to an Avengers collection. Although there are a couple of things I'm not crazy about. In this case, the cape. I'd rather have a, I would say, sculpted cape. I feel that the piece, you know, really honors the character well, and it is well done. Even the Captain Morgan knee, it's fine to me. I think by now is the Sideshow standard, and you know, we have to live with it. But it really fits this character and the profile of this piece well, so I have no complaints about that. But what is your opinion? What do you think? I recommend it if you are a fan, of course, of the Avengers. If you're a fan of Martin Canale, definitely it is a must-have. If you do not know much about the character, if you're unfamiliar with it, then it might not be for you. But let me know in the comments below, what is your opinion about this piece. So my friends, thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.